Hello guys, today we're going to be reviewing Sofia Vergara's latest scent, Love. It's by fellow Latina, Sofia Vergara, and it's in the shape of a Colombian emerald, I believe. Pretty perfume, very appropriate for the fall winter time, so we're gonna get into it, okay? So she made this because she wants to smell good for the men. Have you guys ever seen like her promoting this perfume on YouTube? It's pretty much just like, it's like the most fucking hilarious thing ever. Like if you guys just like search up Sofia Vergara perfume, you'll see her like on HSN or like some kind of like Spanish talk show host kind of a show, and she'll just be talking about like how she like made this for women, but she wanted the men to really like it. And it's a pretty sexy fragrance, I would say. Appropriate for women, but I can see men liking this a lot. It smells a lot like Victoria's Secret perfumes, but with a little bit more depth. So the packaging's pretty. It kind of looks like the original Sofia Vergara box, but it kind of has like these wirings around it, like these black ribbons for wires or strings or whatever. Like it's like a present wrapped around. Black on the top, and I always find like this little signature she has in like the bottom left hand corner to be like really cute. And yeah, and then like sometimes you'll get the sleeve with the advertisement on it, which is just her draped in black. So some of the notes this beautiful perfume contains are mandarin, passion fruit, green apple, orange blossom. The heart contains notes of Colombian coffee blossom, which is like her hometown, her home country of Colombia. Purple orchid, orris root, which is just like iris root of the Irish flower, magnolia, and then the base is consistent of amber seed, amber wood, praline, and vanilla. Out of the three fragrance notes that I smell the strongest here are the vanilla, the praline, and this coffee blossom, coffee kind of accord they created. And yeah, they're pretty strong. I would pretty much say this is pretty much a coffee fragrance. Okay guys, so as usual, I have all three of the notes right here. I'm going to start off with the weakest of the three, which is the praline. Pralines are pretty much just like these kind of nuts, normally pecans or almonds, and they tend to be covered in sugar. It's kind of like this caramelized sugar. They tend to have like a very it's a very mature kind of a candy sort of scent. It's very nutty, it's very sugary, but it has some similarities to coffee in some ways. It has kind of a slight musky nuttiness about it, and it gives a very mature sweetness to a perfume. The next note I'm going to be speaking of is the vanilla bean, and I have Madagascar vanilla. They don't really specify what kind of vanilla they used here, but normally people tend to use Madagascar, Tahitian, or I believe it's Mexican vanilla. They all tend to have a different scent, but they're in the basis of it all, they're all vanilla. Yeah, it has vanilla in it. It's very sweet. Overall, this is a very oriental fragrance, and if you guys know what an oriental fragrance is, they're normally a category that's very vanilla based, very sweet based. They kind of emulate like this kind of fragrance of spices and like warmth. They're more appropriate for the winter, colder seasons. The next note would be coffee, and yeah, specifically Colombian coffee because she's from Colombia, and yeah, it's a pretty coffee-centered perfume, which is funny because coffee is usually used to cleanse your nose palette in order for you to smell more perfumes throughout the day, but this one, I don't know, it just smells like coffee. It smells like kind of like a Victoria's Secret perfume with a fusion of coffee. It does have similarities to Black Opium by Yves Saint Laurent, but this one's a little bit more sweeter in a sense. It's lighter. It's fresher, it has more of a romantic feel. A little less edge, but it's still very lovable, very likable, lovable. The fragrance name is Love. And yeah, I wouldn't say it'd be a dark coffee note. I would say it's kind of like a blonde brew sort. I mean, have you ever been to Starbucks and you order like your coffees from Pike Place to like dark roast to Rona to Colombian to like blonde roast and stuff like that? This would probably be a blonde roast because it's a very light centered kind of coffee note. Now in terms of sillage, it doesn't project that far, it doesn't project that close. Again, it's just a very aura fragrance. In terms of long lastingness and longevity and how long it lasts, I would say it's pretty much like a 4 to 5 hour fragrance. It won't last that long, but it's small enough. I have the 1 ounce right here. They're very hard to find, but you can find them on HSN. And yeah, you can just carry it around with you. If you're a female, carry it on your purse. If you're a guy, you can just shove this in your pocket and right throughout the day. It is a very nice romantic kind of scent, sort of seductive. This perfume probably got her laid a couple times. Risky business. So keep in mind, this is a very oriental sort of a fragrance, perfect for the winter, and it's not gourmand at all. I know a lot of gourmand scents kind of fall into the oriental or woody oriental or soft oriental category, but it does have gourmand elements, as you can see, is the praline, the coffee, the vanilla bean, but it doesn't come off very gourmand, it just comes off very oriental. And yeah, it's perfect if you're an oriental lover, if you're like a lover of Dior addict or black opium or perfumes of that sort, then you probably enjoy this. It's somewhat mature, but it's sexy. It's a lovable fragrance. I don't see anyone could go wrong with this. Alright guys, so if you're looking for like a very soft oriental with a lovable touch, then this is perfect for you. Alright, stay fresh, stay clean, smell good guys.